Why did you choose engineering and particularly mechanical engineering?
From pretty much from early childhood, I was quite passionate to do something new. In fact, I remember in early child days, I used to break things just to bring it back together. So that used to be my favorite pastime. So that's why the engineering was natural choice for me. However, mechanical engineering was important because, as you are aware, and since you're part of mechanical engineering is pretty much like evergreen fields in the industrial revolution. That has been mechanical engineers were always needed, as well as and I can say that there is one defined job assurance for being a mechanical engineer. When I was in that phase of when you're 18 years old, one of the primary concern is like to get a job once you graduate. So that's why job assurance perspective, mechanical engineering fit the budget. As well as you have to keep in mind, for example, mechanical engineers can integrate into any field, whether it's aerospace, whether it's biomedical, whether it's robotics, whether it's automation. Mechanical engineers are needed. Even like working over last many years in US, I have seen that even big companies like Apple, Google, Amazon, IBM, they do need mechanical engineers. Like for example, although like they do need mechanical engineers with advanced degrees in thermal or maybe durability and all, but mechanical engineers are always needed. For example, I have not come across someone who have done maybe computer engineering who is doing what a mechanical engineer is doing. However, I have seen otherwise. I have seen many mechanical engineerings who are doing good job at other industries also, for example, software or electronics. That's why I would say that is the reason, or that was the reason why I chose to be a mechanical engineer.
So we definitely think you are a firm believer of where there's a will, there is a way. So as so we would like to know your experience working as a global manager lead in the company you currently work at.
Yeah, so basically, means my role is quite challenging, and I find it quite interesting. Means I'm surrounded by quite smart people. Like for example, most of my teammates or the people with whom I work with, they all have MS and PhDs in either aerospace or mechanical engineering. However, being part of global team, we are responsible for global programs, and the responsibility is shared by globally. However, the biggest challenge is like 75% of teammates of mine, I have never met them in person. I talk to them every day on the phone or through a hangout chat or something, but I have never met them in person. So that's why it is an challenging environment, because when you don't meet a person, somebody in person, building trust is always challenging. That's why it is always difficult to encompass everybody around you. For example, we had teams in Brazil, we had teams in Italy, India, Canada, and US, Mexico. So there are huge cultural differences, language differences. For example, the things which are considered very normal in US, for example, I can call my colleague in NAFTA or US at 10 p.m. at night if there is an issue. However, I cannot do that with my colleagues in other regions, mostly
Right.
because of the cultural differences, as well as there are different HR policies also, as well as labor laws. So with that in mind, I had to be very careful about which team members I'm dealing with or which region I'm dealing with. However, the biggest challenge is, since we are responsible for global programs, we are supporting a tiny three-cylinder engine of 1.3 liter capacity to almost V10 engine of like 8 and 8.5 liter engine. So basically, we have to work from tiniest engine on the market to the biggest engine on the market. So things get quite interesting, because the approach when we optimize the design changes for a small engine to a large engine, but that's what make our role interesting.
Teacher you miss the most?
Actually, I would say particularly sir, because means like, I used to respect him quite a bit actually when he used to teach us. Yeah.
Best friend in college?
Well, I had multiple of them. I'm still in touch with few. Like for example, Ashish Bandare, he's in Chicago. Still in touch with him. Prasad, they were part of my teammates actually. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so describe the pandemic corona in 3 words.
Oh, I would say, what the heck?